Good afternoon. It is another joy-filled day in the College of Education and Human Development. Welcome to our 2026 Faculty and Staff Awards celebration. To all of you. Today we gather to honor and celebrate the outstanding contributions of our faculty and staff members, individuals who work hard with dedication to enrich not only our college as an institution, but also the lives of our students and our communities. These awards are a reflection of the unwavering commitment to excellence that each of these awardees and everybody in this room brings to this institution. On any given day, you'll find today's awardees teaching classes, supporting students in their student teaching experiences, mentoring colleagues, providing critical administrative support, conducting groundbreaking research, engaging in professional organizations, and so much more, as anybody's promotion dossier will prove to you every year. They are finding creative and innovative ways to address our college's needs, promote student learning, and foster community. It's through their collective efforts that we continue to advance our mission to move lives forward, and today we celebrate the significant impact of their work. I would also like to take a moment here to acknowledge the department chairs who are here to help celebrate and support our recipients. I want to particularly acknowledge them because they are the ones who create the homes for our faculty and our staff. They are the ones who create the culture within which we can have such successes, whether you are a faculty member or a staff member. So on behalf of our college, I want to extend congratulations to all of today's recipients. We are deeply grateful for your contributions to our college and the success of our community. To start us off today, Dr. Laura May, Associate Dean for Academics, will introduce the first awardees.
Good afternoon. So I am pleased to announce that Dr. Jake Hackett is the recipient of the 2025 Outstanding Faculty Teaching Award for undergraduate teaching. Dr. Hackett is a clinical associate professor and has served as coordinator or co-coordinator of GSU's Bachelor of Science and Middle Level Education program since his arrival at GSU in 2019. Through his teaching, advising, and leadership, he has helped develop the program into one of the most successful undergraduate teacher preparation programs in the state. As a part of this work, Dr. Hackett is highly engaged in supporting students throughout their clinical experiences. He frequently conducts classroom observations during student teaching, providing individualized feedback and support that extends well beyond that is typically offered by university supervisors, and on top of the student's university supervisor. In addition, he regularly organizes community-based and service learning experiences for teacher candidates, including partnerships with Project South and the Auburn Avenue Research Library. Student course evaluations consistently reflect Dr. Hackett's strong impact on student learning and success, with ratings typically ranging from 4.7 to 5.0. Representative student comments include, he had a wealth of knowledge on every topic and encouraged a lot of critical thinking. The instructor was very personable and gave each student space to share ideas while encouraging critical thinking in a collaborative and objective way. And Dr. Hackett is the best program coordinator and professor I've ever had during my entire college career. Peer evaluations further affirm his effectiveness. In a 2025 observation, a colleague noted that Dr. Hackett's instructional delivery and use of active, practice-based teaching strategies were exceptional, particularly given the diversity of students' backgrounds and experiences in the classroom. Student outcomes also underscore his impact. Candidates in the BSc Middle Level Education program demonstrate consistently high pass rates on licensure and certification exams, often reaching the 100% passing, reflecting the strength of his teaching and advising. Dr. Hackett is highly deserving of the CEHD Outstanding Faculty Teaching Award for undergraduate teaching. Please join me in congratulating him on this well-earned recognition.
Wow, the best? I don't know about that. Thank you, Dr. May. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much to the college and the departmental leadership for this recognition. I am deeply appreciative. I'm especially appreciative since this award spotlights the teaching and learning I have the pleasure of facilitating with undergraduate cohorts here at GSU. They're a special bunch, and I really love working with them. Over the course of my 10 years at GSU, I've worked with hundreds of amazing students, and a wonderful surprise is how proud I am to share this very moment with a former student and fellow awardee, Mr. Ryan Martin. Although he earned his award completely on his own, had nothing to do with me. Though I am incredibly thankful for this award, this last year has seen the significant disruption of many aspects of my work. The first was the termination of our federal grant and the financial support of many GSU students to develop as new teachers. The second was the termination of the university-wide Teaching for Democracy and Justice Award, for which I was a past recipient. And the third was the elimination of our Center for Equity and Justice in Teacher Education. In spite of, and actually because of these disruptions, I've tried to stay true to my own philosophy of teaching, which I share with my students when they create their own across multiple semesters. We challenge them to ground their actions by a set of core values. And for brevity, I want to share two of my very own core teaching values. The first is a need to center humanity within our classes. This is done by supporting students not just as labels, a student, but as a person, which may seem like a simple position, but can be surprisingly rare in our institutions as they increasingly focus on the transmission of information as opposed to the transformational power of inquiry, teaching to the heart as well as the mind. And the second is to support critical curiosity, a collective consciousness of our nation's reliance on exploitation. An exploitation based on the interplay of class, economics, race, gender, and ability, particularly involving curriculum and instruction, and now the hyper-surveillance of teachers. These principles create a bittersweet feeling for me right now in this ever-increasing moment of authoritarianism and fear. Yet these principles are also what has allowed me to authentically connect with my students and help them decide how they will teach and advocate for equity and justice in their classrooms. So we do take these moments to celebrate, and I want to thank you all very much again.
Next, I'm pleased to announce that Dr. Daniel Conine is the recipient of the 2025 Outstanding Faculty Teaching Award for Graduate Teaching. Dr. Conine is highly deserving of this recognition based on his excellence as an instructor, his innovation in teaching, and his leadership in curriculum development as director of the Applied Behavior Analysis program. He's an exceptional teacher. His courses are thoughtfully organized, accessible, and intentionally structured with assignments and activities that promote deep understanding and practical application of course concepts. Many of his students are also working professionals who require not only long-term mastery, but the ability to apply what they learn immediately in their professional settings. Dr. Conine consistently meets this need with clarity and purpose. Student feedback reflects this effectiveness. His course evaluations are consistently at or near perfect scores. As one student shared, Dr. Conine is very organized and has all materials posted on time. I have no doubt that that is true. We are never left guessing, and I appreciate the flow of the classes. He's one of the best teachers I've ever had. Additional evidence of his impacts is seen in student outcomes. Pass rate on the board-certified behavior analysis exam for the ABA master's program have remained exceptionally high under his leadership, reaching 100% on 2 separate occasions. Dr. Conine's contributions extend beyond his individual courses. As program director, he has led multiple curricular improvements that have strengthened both instruction and student outcomes. Most notably, he recently led a comprehensive curricular overhaul to align the program with new rigorous accreditation standards from the field's governing body. This significant effort resulted in successful recognition from the ABAI Accreditation Board. In addition to his teaching and curricular leadership, Dr. Conine is deeply committed to mentoring graduate students. He has developed strong partnerships with local ABA clinics that provide students with funded training opportunities and early research experiences in clinical settings. He continues to pursue external funding to support these initiatives, including his current role as co-investigator on a $1.2 million U.S. Department of Education training grant focused on interdisciplinary preparation in special education and applied behavior analysis. He also regularly secures funding to support graduate research assistantships for his graduate students at the Marcus Autism Center. Through this work, Dr. Conine supports students, many with no prior research experience, in developing the skills to conduct research, present findings, and think critically about complex issues. His record of co-authored publications and conference presentations with graduate students reflects his sustained commitment to student success. Dr. Conine has gone above and beyond in his teaching, curricular leadership, mentorship, and pursuit of opportunities that enhance graduate education. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Daniel Conine on this well-deserved recognition. Well-deserved.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, thanks. Thank you so much, Laura, for that introduction. That was really very nice to hear. I guess I just want to start by thanking the College of Education and Human Development and all of my peers here for recognizing my work with this award. It's truly meaningful. I want to thank my peers for nominating me for this award. And most of all, to my graduate students. I see a couple made it here today, so thank you all for being here. For granting me the honor of teaching and mentoring them in my career. As I was reflecting on this award, I wanted to acknowledge that I think, as many of us here may know, there are often many demands placed upon our time and in our work in higher education. And in my case, as a tenure-track research faculty, that often means I have to balance the academic trinity that we all know and love of research, teaching, and service. And for me, all 3 of those are really grounded in my role as a scientist and a practitioner in applied behavior analysis, which, for those who may not be familiar with the field, applied behavior analysis is a discipline that is dedicated to improving the human experience, human behavior, and learning across many domains. For me in my career, that has meant primarily supporting the learning and language development of young children diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. And that's also a passion and a career focus that many of my graduate students share as well. It's a career that I was fortunate enough to stumble upon in my own undergraduate education, and this is work that matters to me deeply, and I'm grateful that my graduate students also share that same passion. I'm also constantly reminded how fortunate I am that the vast majority of my teaching efforts are spent working directly with graduate students in our Applied Behavior Analysis Master's program, because these students are entering our profession as the next leaders of our field out in our local communities, providing high-quality services to children and their families in the metro Atlanta area, and in fact, quite far beyond that as well. We've got graduates all around the country. Who I'm very proud of. And so coming back to that notion of the balance between research, teaching, and service, again, really reflecting on this role, or this award rather, I can confidently say that my role in teaching graduate students is truly, I would say truly the highlight of my career. Not only do I get to watch my students' knowledge and skills grow within the classroom, but I know that every day when they are leaving our classroom, I can't help but be reminded of the care, concern, and passion that they all have for the clients, the students, and the families that they serve really immediately when they leave our classroom every week. And as my students will know, those of you who are here, I often emphasize the importance of the role that they play in providing services to the most vulnerable among us in our communities, and why, therefore, I think it's very important that they take their learning and their education seriously. And I'm thankful every day that our graduate students do indeed share that strong commitment and those shared values. And I'm deeply grateful for the impact that I'm able to have on those populations through the work of a truly exceptional group of graduate students that we have here in the college every single year. So to my students, those of you who are here, I couldn't possibly overstate how much it means when I see you all out there in the community doing this excellent work, providing impactful services, and in turn mentoring the next generation of professionals on your own. That's coming, believe it or not. Follow with me in a couple years. Working with my students is truly and consistently, I would say, the greatest honor of my career. So thank you all so much again for this award.
I'm pleased to announce that Dr. Ann Martin is the recipient of the 2025 Outstanding Part-Time Instructor Teaching Award. Through her work as a part-time instructor, Dr. Martin has supported 3 CEHD departments by mentoring student interns in teaching courses and research methods, social foundations, and classroom management. Her contributions have been exemplary. As Dr. Jennifer Esposito notes, her work represents the very best of part-time instruction in the College of Education and Human Development. Between January 2024 and December 2025, Dr. Martin taught 7 courses, also all while working full-time as a first teacher and then helping teachers with their instruction. She earned an average rating of 4.98, well above departmental and college norms. Students consistently describe her as intellectually rigorous, supportive, and transformative. Highlighting her organization, responsiveness, and the quality of her feedback in their comments. Dr. Martin's teaching is grounded in a clear philosophy that emphasizes meaningful, lasting learning. She reframes research as consequential and connected to students' professional context, creating an environment where intellectual risk-taking is encouraged. Her frequent, timely, and substantive feedback supports students in developing confidence and clarity as emerging scholars. She also demonstrates innovative teaching practices, including the use of platforms such as Parasol to foster active, collaborative engagement with course materials. The impact of her teaching is evident in student growth and success, as well as in strong peer evaluations, noting her clarity, responsiveness, and ability to engage students in complex thinking. Her sustained excellence provides continuity and rigor within the research methods curriculum and strengthens CEHD programs more broadly. Dr. Martin is highly deserving of this recognition. Please join me in congratulating her.
Thank you so much, Dr. May. I'm so honored to be here with you all today and accept this amazing award. As I look around the room, I see so many of you who have been my teachers, both formally and informally, who have profoundly shaped my thinking, both in thought and also in how I approach teaching as relational, dialogic, and a deeply important responsibility that should be rooted in justice. I'm especially grateful to my department, Educational Policy Studies, which has been my academic home for the past 15 years and nurtured my growth along the way. I'm immensely proud that now it serves as a place for me to continue engaging in the craft of teaching. To my department chair, Jennifer Esposito, your intentional and thoughtful leadership create a space that truly fosters intellectual growth. And to all of my mentors who showed me that teaching is not something that starts and ends with the academic calendar, but rather meets students where they are and stays lovingly walking aside them throughout their journey, showing up at just the right time, thank you. And to my students, you are my motivation and serve as a beacon of inspiration for me. Thank you for your willingness to engage deeply and embrace the evolution and revision of thought that's necessary to become a great scholar. Because of your energy and intellect, I look forward to each and every class period, and I'm as enriched as a result of learning through you. Finally, I'm so grateful to my family and my closest friends for being here with me today. Your unwavering support, commitment, and love mean the world to me, and everything that I do is anchored in your guidance. Being recognized for teaching in a college of education is a particularly special honor. And in this moment in history where we all find ourselves, it serves as a reminder that connection and relationships are generative in a way that cannot be replaced. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Deshonda Patterson. I have the honor of serving as Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs, and I have the privilege of announcing the next few awards. The first award that I have the privilege of announcing is the CEHD Staff Community Builder Award. The Staff Community Builder Award recognizes a staff member who demonstrates a record of building and fostering collaborations in the College of Education and Human Development and across the university to bring a positive, transformational change. The selection committee evaluates nominees based on how well, they meet the criteria that include innovation, collaboration, and inspiration. The staff member who has been selected to receive this recognition is Mr. Ryan Martin. Woo! Ryan is on his way to becoming a Triple Panther. He earned his bachelor's degree of science from the College of Education and Human Development in 2018, and he is currently working on his MBA in the Robinson School of Business with an anticipated graduation date of May of 2027. Ryan serves as the College of Education and Human Development Business Services Officer and has been in this role for almost 2 years. Ryan is a valuable member of the College of Education and Human Development community and engages in work that helps the college be safer, more welcoming, and more accessible. Ryan goes the extra mile to support the staff, faculty, and students, and always does so with excellence and kindness. He goes out of his way to make sure that decisions are informed by the voices of those who are affected. His willingness to engage with diverse stakeholders, from the police department to ensure safety in our spaces, to purchasing, to resolve procurement challenges, reflects his dedication to creating a supportive and responsive community. According to one of the nomination letters, Ryan's efforts have earned him the respect of business managers and colleagues from across the college as a trusted partner and problem solver. Ryan is a thoughtful colleague, an effective communicator, and a responsive leader. We are grateful that he is part of our team. It is my pleasure to present the College of Education and Human Development Staff Community Builder Award to Mr. Ryan Martin.
That's nice. Good afternoon, everyone. As I was writing this speech last night, even though they told us we had it a month ago, I thought to myself, this must be what Denzel Washington feels like. When yeah. So the pressure that I feel is great. But no, seriously. I wanted to first thank every one of you in this room, whether you know me or have seen me or my name on an email or not. I thank you all because you are the reason that I'm standing up here today. Every project, conversation, impromptu meeting in the hallway, it all brought us to this moment today. The people that I invited today are my family, my fraternity brothers, and my mentor, because that's my community. These are the people that countlessly poured into me when I was empty, and that's why they're here today. So that's why I smile. If you see me smile, it's not for me, it's for someone else. My smile is for someone else. I think often that we consider community to be those people that are in close proximity to us, or our neighbors, but I believe that our impact on community is wherever we put our feet are. Wherever our feet are, wherever we land, that's where our community is, and I believe that's where we should have the biggest impact. So that's everywhere. Everywhere you are, try to have an impact. Try to lead someone, try to motivate someone, try to empower someone. C, I know that the only way to grow is through change, and the only way that we can change is through understanding. So I challenge everyone to seek understanding, and from there, everything else will fall into part. So from collaborating with the Provost's office and talking to our favorite customer service specialists, if you know who I'm talking about, or coordinating with the police and acknowledging our campus ambassadors, I truly believe that everyone deserves to feel valued, no matter what their level are, no matter who they are. I value every relationship, every person, every interaction, everything that I've been able to accomplish, and everybody that I've been able to accomplish it with since I've been here at the College of Education. I want to share a quick poem that I wrote a couple years back, and this poem is rooted in doubt, it's rooted in unsurety, and it's rooted in oftentimes we allow our past to anchor us, but I wanted to let you know that your past is not an anchor, but it's a sail to allow you to go somewhere that's even further than where you are right now. So I want to share a poem. It's called Accepting Failure. I think too often we get caught up in failure in the sense of it being a roadblock and not being a lesson. And I think we have to accept failure because it will happen. It's inevitable. So I'm going to share a quick poem that I wrote called Accepting Failure. I can feel the pressure as it begins to swell. Dreams that flow so fluid but seem too far to sail. Uneasy as I deal with what's inside of me, hoping that darkness never prevail. It feels like anxiety, but it's the feeling that I'm going to fail. Life slowly slipping from my grasp and more out of control, with problems too big to mask, secrets too big to fold. Long days, late nights, mind racing too fast to tell. The weight on my chest is like a great white, but it's the pressure that I'm going to fail. But to fail means to try, and I promise to give it my last. See, you can either be bounded by your past, or you can either learn from it. The choice is mine. Either let life go by with the odds tipping the scale, but I say no, I'd much rather try than accepting to fail. Thank you all.
Our next award is the Staff Customer Focus Award. And the recipient for that award is Gina Ramsey. The Staff Customer Focus Award recognizes a staff member in the College of Education and Human Development who demonstrates a concern or meets internal and external customer needs in a manner that provides satisfaction to the customer. Customers can be coworkers, peers, or managers, as well as external customers, such as students, parents, or community members. The selection committee evaluated nominees based on how well they meet the extensive criteria, which include working to remove barriers, creating an atmosphere in which others feel accepted and invited to participate, and developing creative approaches that provide or improve services that promote a customer-friendly college. The staff member who has been selected to receive this recognition is Ms. Gina Ramsey. Gina is an administrative specialist in the Department of Learning Sciences. She attended Fort Valley State University, where she studied computer science. She has been in the Learning Sciences department for almost 8 years. Gina is noted as a colleague who goes above and beyond to anticipate and meet the needs of staff, students, and faculty with professionalism and empathy. She invests time in remaining current on ever-changing university policies and procedures so that she is able to provide the most informed and relevant information possible to her team. She has also been instrumental in filling gaps during periods of staff turnover, stepping in to provide continuity and stability in areas such as grant administration to ensure that operations could continue seamlessly. One nominator cited their appreciation of Gina's patience in answering questions and in creating resources that help make processes work with more efficiency and effectiveness. They specifically stated, "I have never encountered a question or concern that she was unable to help me solve. I have consistently been impressed by how quickly and professionally and efficiently she is able to resolve our concerns. I cannot overstate the important contributions she makes to our department and how deserving she is of this award." It is my pleasure to recognize Ms. Gina Ramsey as the Staff Customer Focus Award. Gina was unable to join us today, but she sends remarks, and I will read them on her behalf. Gina says, "Good afternoon, everyone. It is with great pleasure and appreciation that I accept the College of Education and Human Development Customer Focus Award from my department, Learning Sciences. It is truly heartfelt to be acknowledged in this way. Throughout my years here at Georgia State University, I have worked with countless staff and faculty that have left indelible impressions. Be it good, the bad, and the ugly, it made me strive to continuously put my best forward. Here it is today, I am shining bright like a diamond. This award is a testament to the work I do every day. Thank you once again for this honor, Gina Ramsey."
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chris Vargas. I'm the Associate Dean for Research and Doctoral Studies. I have the pleasure today to recognize the Outstanding Faculty Research Award, which is an award that honors a full-time faculty member in the College of Education and Human Development for outstanding achievement in the area of scholarship. The faculty member who has been selected by the Committee on Research and Scholarship today to receive the 2026 Outstanding Faculty Research Award is Dr. Helen Wang. Dr. Wang is an associate professor of leadership in the Department of Educational Policy Studies. Her body of work is impressive. At the time of the nomination, she had authored 37 peer-reviewed journal articles, 3 books, and multiple book chapters. Her work appears in some of the most prestigious journals in her field, including Educational Researcher, Educational Administration Quarterly, and the Journal of Educational Administration. She's also participated in over 80 peer-reviewed presentations and invited sessions. As stated in Dr. Wang's nomination letter submitted by Dr. Jennifer Esposito, Distinguished University Professor and Department Chair of Educational Policy Studies, Dr. Wang exemplifies the award's criteria through a record of research that is not only prolific and rigorous, but also transformative in its impact on the field of educational leadership and policy. Dr. Wang's research is organized around 3 interrelated strands of inquiry. Number 1, technology and educational leadership. Number 2, network analysis and educational leadership and policy. And number 3, the neuroscience of school leaders' decision-making. These 3 areas mark Dr. Wang as someone not only producing knowledge, but reshaping how we understand educational leadership, especially in a moment increasingly defined by technology. Dr. Wang has been successful in securing external funding in various roles, such as principal investigator, co-principal investigator, and external evaluator, with interdisciplinary collaborations within the college and across the university. Dr. Wang has received funding from various sources, including the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the National Science Foundation. In addition to Dr. Wang's extensive publishing and grant activity, her national stature is evident in her appointment as the associate editor of the American Educational Research Journal and her election as chair of AERA's Special Interest Group on Asian and Pacific Americans in Education. She's also a past recipient of the AERA Division A Early Career Award, a distinction reserved for scholars whose work demonstrates exceptional quality and impact. Please welcome and congratulate once again the CEHD Outstanding Faculty Research Award recipient, Dr. Helen Wang.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm deeply grateful, and I want to begin by acknowledging something very important. No meaningful research is ever the work of one individual alone. This recognition reflects a collective effort. It reflects my colleagues who have challenged my ideas, sharpened my thinking, and generously shared their time and expertise over time. It also reflects my colleagues who have protected my research time, often in ways that are invisible. There have been many moments when my colleagues, Dr. Dion Cowan, Dr. Philip Luck, and Dr. Sowers, they're here in the room, and Dr. Will Rumba, they have stepped in and take on additional responsibilities and created a space for research to take place. This reward is also a recognition of their support as it is of any individual output. I'm especially thankful to our department chair for nomination. Leadership in that sense is also about recognition, and I'm benefited from that. I'd also like to acknowledge the broader GSU's institutional environment at GSU. Research requires a collaborative culture that supports interdisciplinary inquiry and allows ideas to evolve over time. I've been very fortunate to be able to collaborate with the Neuroscience Institute and Department of Computer Science at GSU. And finally, I'd like to express my gratitude to my husband, who is also in this room, for his continuous support at home, which allows me to focus on reading and writing. And to all of you, thank you again, and very truly grateful.
Okay, for our next award. The Outstanding Faculty Research Mentoring Award recognizes a full-time faculty member in the College of Education and Human Development who fulfills in an exemplary way the college's commitment to providing mentoring of research to faculty and doctoral students. The faculty member who has been selected by the Committee on Research and Scholarship to receive this award is Dr. Terry Piggott. Dr. Piggott is a distinguished university professor in the Research, Measurement, and Statistics Unit of the Department of Educational Policy Studies. She was recognized as an American Educational Research Association Fellow in 2023. The AERA Fellows Program honors scholars for their exceptional contributions to and excellence in education research. Dr. Piggott's research focuses on methods for meta-analysis, including power, missing data, and individual participant meta-analysis. Dr. Piggott's work has appeared in Review of Educational Research, Research Synthesis Methods, and Educational Researcher. She is the founding chair of the AERA Special Interest Group for Systematic Review and Meta-Analysis, and in 2016, she was awarded the Frederick Mosteller Award for the Campbell Collaboration for Distinctive Contributions for Systematic Reviewing. Dr. Piggott served as a president for the Society for Research Synthesis Methods from 2023 to 2024, and currently is serving as the co-editor-in-chief for Research Synthesis Methods. Dr. Piggott has an impressive record of publishing with students, graduates, and faculty. Her level of expertise makes Dr. Piggott a mentor to anyone with whom she works. Dr. Piggott has published over 50 peer-reviewed publications. These publications include mentees, collaborators, current and former students. She's also published 16 book chapters and 1 book. And Dr. Piggott has conducted countless national and international presentations and workshops. As further evidence of excellence in mentorship, faculty and students submitted letters detailing Dr. Piggott's significant contributions as a mentor. In the words of Dr. Jonte Myers, an associate professor in the Department of Learning Sciences, Dr. Piggott's mentorship has supported my ability to sustain a productive program of research synthesis, resulting in multiple peer-reviewed systematic reviews and meta-analyses that reflect current best practices in the field. Her mentoring is also marked by careful listening and genuine intellectual partnership. She engages others' ideas seriously and offers guidance grounded in judgment rather than prescription. Dr. Myers concluded his letter of support by stating, "As a result of her mentorship, I approach research decisions with greater clarity, discipline, and purpose, which has strengthened my ability to carry out my life's mission of improving academic outcomes for our most vulnerable children." We have several different students who have also submitted letters. Dr. Hannah Scarborough, future Dr. Hannah Scarborough, who is a current doctoral student, stated, "From developing my own research projects to providing multiple opportunities to join cross-disciplinary teams on large-scale projects, Dr. Piggott has been a champion for supporting me and building my skills at all stages of the research process." Keisha Lanier Brown also added, "Dr. Piggott has an extraordinary ability to make students feel both supported and empowered. She is remarkably approachable, down to earth, and humble. She fosters an environment where students feel comfortable asking questions, sharing uncertainties, and engaging in honest conversations about their academic and professional journeys. Her mentorship is grounded in genuine care for her students as whole people, not just scholars." Finally, as stated in the nomination letter by Dr. Jennifer Esposito, Distinguished University Professor and the Department Chair of EPS, Dr. Terry Piggott is an extraordinary research mentor whose influence is felt in her mentees' scholarship, their professional identities, and the collaborative culture they carry forward. Dr. Piggott enjoys watching others succeed, and she strives to ensure that they do. With that being said, it's my honor to present the 2026 CEHD Outstanding Faculty Research Mentoring Award to Dr. Terry Piggott.
Thank you so much. I'm deeply honored by this particular award. But in reality, it's been my colleagues and my students who have really enriched my career. They've pushed me, challenged me in ways that have made my research more rigorous, my teaching more effective, and frankly, tried to make me a better person. Really, this award is in honor of them as well. So a deep, heartfelt thank you to my colleagues who nominated me for this award, to my students who also nominated me. So thank you, Dr. Scarborough, back there. And thank you especially to my department chair, who has created an environment that supports my collaborative research and has made me feel very supported. So thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Carla Tangway. I'm the Assistant Dean for Educator Preparation and Accreditation, and I'm pleased to announce the next 3 awards. The first award goes to Dr. Chenny Zhang, the 2026 recipient of the Outstanding Faculty Mentoring Award, which recognizes a full-time faculty member who demonstrates an exceptional commitment to faculty mentoring through their work with clinical and/or tenure-track faculty and developing their career advancement efforts in the areas of teaching, service, and/or research. Dr. Zhang is an associate professor in the Department of Early Childhood and Elementary Education. His research examines contextual, cognitive, and emotional factors that contribute to children's early literacy development and early childhood educators' professional development. He incorporates multiple aspects of a faculty member's career, research, teaching, and service, into his mentorship, and he connects day-to-day decisions to longer-term goals, such as future promotion and building a coherent scholarly profile. One of his mentees said, "Dr. Zhang has mentored me through multiple publication efforts, including redefining teaching in early childhood classrooms with generative artificial intelligence integration," and that manuscript was submitted for publication to the special issue Promoting PK to 12 Teachers' AI Competencies, Practices and Challenges, Journal of Research on Technology and Education. And 2, Beyond the Tool, Ecological Considerations for Integrating Generative AI into Early Childhood Teaching, and that manuscript was submitted to Early Childhood Education Journal. In each instance, Dr. Zhang provided deep conceptual guidance and modeled high-quality scholarly writing. His mentorship has elevated my ability to produce rigorous, relevant, and timely scholarship, as noted by his mentee. Dr. Zhang provides his mentees with practical strategies for preparing internal grant proposals, building sustainable partnerships with local schools and child care centers, and improving teaching practices in college coursework. His mentee said, "With his mentorship, I have been able to engage in high-quality external collaborative grant work, including leveraging inquiry and growth through holistic teaching, a naturalistic, strength-based approach, Kai Ming Head Start, where I served as co-PI under his leadership. Through these collaborations, I have strengthened my capacity to conceptualize fundable projects, lead interdisciplinary teams, and navigate the expectations of external funding agencies." Dr. Zhang's collaborative spirit and expertise have opened opportunities for early career faculty to grow as researchers and to contribute meaningfully to interdisciplinary work in early childhood education, technology integration, and teacher education. For example, another mentee stated, he offered practical strategies for preparing internal grant proposals, including refining significant statements, aligning with college priorities, and crafting competitive narratives. He has shared insights on building sustainable partnerships with local schools and child care centers, including identifying entry points, establishing reciprocal relationships, and designing projects that honor community strengths. He has guided me in understanding departmental expectations, balancing teaching and service, and developing a professional identity grounded in both rigor and responsiveness. For these reasons, Dr. Chenny Zhang is most deserving at the 2026 Outstanding Faculty Mentoring Award. Please join me in congratulating him.
Good afternoon. Yeah, thank you so much for this award. And actually, to receive an award for mentorship is, for me, is less about my achievement. It's more about the incredible care that for this many years have shaped me in my life. So I grew up in a family of teachers, and because my family lacked childcare, my mother's school was my nursery. So while she taught, her colleagues of teachers took turn watching over me. This childhood experience taught me a fundamental truth before I could even read. That is, teaching is not just a professional exchange, it is an act of nurturing. That realization became a compass for my life. I still remember the elementary school teacher who physically carried me on her shoulders during rainy days so I wouldn't get wet. The college professor who spent countless hours coaching my academic writing as I struggled through GRE prep as an international student. The doctor mentors who helped me through the darkening state of a family crisis. So 13 years ago, I arrived at Georgia State University for my faculty interview. I will never forget the Dean's at Battle's word. He didn't tell me how to fit into Georgia State. Instead, he explained how Georgia State would support my project so I would become who I was meant to be. Although my then mentor, Gary Bingham, who is now here, after I was hired, told me he liked the other candidate better than me. Yet, despite that, he and a colleague and my wonderful department chair choose to invest in me, guide me, and I was, in Dean's words, just a kid back then. Today, I'm standing here accepting an award for mentoring others. So my journey has taught me that mentoring is not merely about promoting skill or refining a CV. It is about protecting and leveraging a mentee's passion for truth-seeking and enlightenment. So in Chinese Taoism, there are 3 treasures of personal characters that lead to a harmonious society: motherly compassion, perseverance and conservation, and leading others by supporting them. To me, this is the perfect definition of a mentor, that we do not lead from the front of by command, we lead from behind by lifting others up. So I accept this award today with profound gratitude to every mentor in my life who saw potential in me when I couldn't see it in myself, and I pledge to continue delivering their legacy to the scholar and the students of tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, this next award goes to Dr. Casey Wong, who was the 2026 recipient of the Outstanding Faculty Service to the Community Award, which recognizes a full-time faculty member who fulfills in an exemplary way the college's commitment to service and has consistently demonstrated exemplary service to the community and to Georgia State University. Dr. Wong is an assistant professor of social foundations of education in the Department of Educational Policy Studies. He supported the development of hip-hop studies at Georgia State University and nationally as a founding advisory board member of the Hip-Hop Studies Consortium, which includes Georgia State University, Kennesaw State University, and Howard University. He serves as a scholar in residence with Youth United for Community Action, or YUCA, a grassroots organization in East Palo Alto led by young people of color from low-income communities. In this role, he has sustained a long-term partnership that supports youth organizing around environmental and social justice while affirming young people as intellectual and political leaders. His work with YUCA extends beyond consultation to genuine collaboration, including a multi-site transnational project with community partners in Barcelona, La Lama Rap Collectivo, Cape Town, Heal the Hood, and Tulalip tribal lands in Washington State. Through these efforts, Dr. Wong helped coordinate reciprocal exchanges among youth and educators across these sites, fostering cross-cultural learning around anti-colonial education, indigenous resurgence, and community-based arts and organizing. In 2025, he initiated and continues to co-facilitate the Education and Law Collaborative Justice and Interdisciplinary Partnership among faculty and students in education and law, designed to support immigrant and international students and scholars and to defend academic freedom. In partnership with Asian American Voices in Education, Dr. Wong also co-organized a public launch event examining how legal frameworks have been used to support marginalized youth in the U.S. South. These efforts demonstrate his ability to mobilize scholarly knowledge in service of community advocacy and public education. At a national and professional level, Dr. Wong co-founded the Abolition and Carceral Studies Special Interest Group at the American Educational Research Association. This will be AERA's first special interest group to focus explicitly on abolition and carceral studies, marking a significant intervention in the field. His service activities also create pathways for students to engage in meaningful community work, modeling how academic knowledge can be mobilized ethically and responsibly in applied settings. Across all these efforts, Dr. Wong demonstrates sustained involvement, clear evidence of impact on diverse communities, and integration of service with scholarship and teaching. His work reflects the College of Education and Human Development's highest ideals, using faculty expertise to engage the public, address critical social issues, and create reciprocal relationships between the university and the community it serves. As evident, Dr. Casey Wong is most deserving of the Outstanding Faculty Service to the Community Award. Please join me in congratulating him.
Thank you, Dr. Tangway, and thank you to the College of Education for even having this award, especially in these times. I'm reminded in this particular moment of all the different communities that I've been collaborating with across time, and just to name a few, right, who I want to call out for particular reasons. My first is the Beacon Hill Black Alliance for Human Rights and Anthony Downer. Currently in Decatur, there is an attempt by the city of Decatur to seize Greenlands, which is one of the last lands that is a part of a historic Black community that used to be present there. And there's currently a movement trying to reclaim those lands and build a museum that's going to commemorate and celebrate Black communities in Atlanta. So I want to lift up that particular struggle. The Abolition and Education Collective, along with Common Ground and Phillips State Prison, thinking about a world where we no longer require prisons, particularly for youth. I hope one day we arrive where we think about a young person and the last position they end up is not a prison. I'm also thinking about folks like Dr. Scarborough and the Education and Law Collaborative for Justice, as we've been thinking about in these particular times that, we're the answer. So when things are happening, it's not our responsibility just to turn away or to turn to someone else. It's our responsibility to turn to ourselves and our communities and to come together. And that's a community that I'm proud to be working with others to do that at Georgia State and in the broader community. I also have to give a shout out to the Asian American Voices in Education, Asian Americans for Advancing Justice, Wan Hee-shin, Sam Hamilton, folks who are fighting for immigrants and against ICE detention and extension of those efforts across the country, and particularly in Metro Atlanta. And of course, my young colleagues, my teen colleagues in Youth United for Community Action, who are continuing to lead the charge when even adults will not in their community to defend that community. But above all, for Georgia State, I have to give a great shout out to Dean Alberto, who's been a huge advocate to allow me to be able to do these different efforts, in spite of the university, which in a recent event wasn't allowing us to connect with community, ironically enough. But our college has allowed us to stand strong in so many different ways. And perhaps maybe the biggest thank goes to my chair, Dr. Esposito, who, without her support, I don't think any of this work would really be possible for me as a faculty member at this call. Yeah, round of applause for Dr. Esposito. And then I also have to give a shout out to Dr. Joyce King, the legend, who's been setting the groundwork for community work for a long time standing. And just because we have the audience, Jake Hackett, who has been doing community work for years and years, so he deserves a shout out as well. But anyway, thank you so much.
All right, our next award goes to Dr. Deborah Schober-Peterson, the 2026 recipient of the Outstanding Faculty Service to the Profession Award. This award recognizes a full-time faculty member who fulfills in an exemplary way the college's commitment to service and has consistently demonstrated exemplary service to their profession at a national level. Dr. Schober-Peterson is a clinical professor in the Department of Communication Sciences and Disorders, Director of Clinical Education for the Communication Sciences and Disorders Program, and Director of the Speech Language Hearing Clinic on Georgia State's downtown Atlanta campus. Our Speech Language Hearing Clinic here on the Atlanta campus celebrated its 50th anniversary in 2025. Dr. Schober Peterson has directed this clinic for nearly 3/4 of its existence. She is committed to the professions of speech-language pathology and audiology and exemplifies this dedication through her enormous national service commitments. She is a board-certified specialist in child language, the highest recognition of professional accomplishment in her area of expertise. She has served as a reviewer and/or editorial board member for Communication Disorders Quarterly, the American Speech Language Hearing Association, or ASHA's, Special Interest Group, 11 Perspectives, the Journal of Speech Language Pathology, and the American Journal of Speech Language Pathology. Dr. Schober Peterson has served her profession at the national level exceptionally. Among her numerous activities, there are a few standouts I'd like to mention. Her appointment to the American Speech Language Hearing Association's Board of Ethics in 2019, and then subsequently she was elected as the board's vice chair in 2021 and chair in 2022. Dr. Schober Peterson became an ASHA Fellow in 2023, one of the highest honors bestowed upon individuals in our profession, and an acknowledgement of her exceptional contributions to her profession. In 2024 and through 2027, she was appointed to the Council for Clinical Certification in Audiology and Speech-Language Pathology, which defines the standards for clinical certification and applies those standards to professionals. As noted, Dr. Schober Peterson is the most fitting recipient for the Outstanding Faculty Service to the Profession Award. Please join me in congratulating her.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. And thank you very much for this honor. I'm truly grateful to be part of a community that values service as deeply as we do here at Georgia State University. Service has always been central to my professional life, not just in the roles I've held, but in their purpose and impact, whether directing the Speech, Language, and Hearing Clinic, overseeing clinical education, or working alongside colleagues in my department, our college, or the university. My goal has always been to support student success and expand access to high-quality care for individuals and families that we serve. I have been fortunate to contribute to my profession at the state and national level, collaborating with dedicated colleagues to advance standards, ethics, and opportunities in speech-language pathology. Through my work with the American Speech Language Hearing Association, including service on the Board of Ethics and as its chair, and now on the Council for Clinical Certification, I've had the opportunity to help shape the standards, ethics, and expectations that guide the profession of speech-language pathology. These service opportunities have been both exciting and rewarding. Most recently, contributing to the revision of our national certification standards has been deeply meaningful and has been both a great responsibility as well as a privilege. Knowing the impact that this work has is very impactful in terms of its impact on future clinicians, students, and the individuals served across the country. These experiences have certainly reinforced for me that service is never done alone. It is built on a shared commitment, trust, and vision. None of this work ever happens in isolation. I'm deeply grateful to the colleagues, students, and mentors who have made these opportunities possible for me and who continue to inspire me. I'm truly honored to receive this award. Thank you very much for the recognition, and congratulations as well to all of the award recipients for their outstanding work.
Our next award is the CEHD Staff Innovation Award, and I'm excited to announce that the recipient is Ms. Renisha Brock. The Staff Innovation Award recognizes staff members who have generated unique, creative, and valuable ideas for the College of Education and Human Development and made it a better place to work. This includes the development of new processes or the improvement of existing methods, systems, products, or services that improve any area of the college. The selection committee evaluates nominees based on a variety of criteria, which include working to improve systems in the college, showing initiative by doing more than is required or expected on the job, and displaying a high level of curiosity and translating it into a new approach or solution. The staff member who has been selected to receive this recognition is Ms. Renisha Brock. Renisha is a Grants and Contracts Officer 2 in the Department of Learning Sciences and has worked in this role for almost 2 years. Renisha Brock holds a Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration from the University of South Alabama. She has an expertise in managing complex sponsored project portfolios, ensuring strict adherence to uniform guidance, and optimizing the award lifecycle process. I'm certain that all of our PIs are grateful for this expertise and attention to detail. According to one of the nominators, when Ms. Brock joined the Department of Learning Sciences, she inherited a backlog of tasks that required immediate attention, and she proactively learned, researched, and applied best practices to successfully resolve those matters efficiently and with excellence, and according to another nominator, with record speed. As a part of her work, she recognized the need to retool an Excel-based tracking system or grant management product, which has resulted in a streamlined and user-friendly product that enables PIs to make more informed fiscal decisions with ease. One PI shared, "Having her in charge of my budgets is reassuring. Sitting with her to review budgets is not stressful, and she is very innovative." That is a high praise. Sitting with someone and making sure their reviews aren't stressful is very high praise. She is very innovative at breaking things down into simple and understandable language so that even I, as someone who has no understanding of this, is able to follow along. There were so many more examples of the appreciation that the department has for her work that she does and the reassurance that she provides them. And for these and many other reasons, it is my pleasure to present the CEHD Staff Innovation Award to Ms. Renisha Brock.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wow. Thank you so much for this honor. I would like to thank Dean Alberto and the College of Education and Human Development for this recognition. I'm truly grateful to the Department of Learning Sciences, especially Ruth, Ebenezer Cook, JoJo Chin, Dr. Daphne Greenberg, and my chair, Dr. Brendan Calandra, as well as the rest of my colleagues and the principal investigators I have the privilege of supporting every day. As a grants and contracts officer, my goal has always been to make complex processes clearer and less overwhelming. Grant funding can be complicated, and I saw an opportunity to create a tool that translated numbers and policies into something practical and easy to use. Redesigning our budget projection system was about giving PIs clear insight into their budgets, helping them track spending with confidence, and supporting informed decision-making. I'm proud that this effort has helped accelerate resolutions, improve accuracy, and strengthen transparency and accountability. This recognition reflects a shared commitment to clarity, service, and teamwork. Thank you again for your trust, support, and partnership.
Our next award is the Staff Mentoring Award. The recipient of this year's Staff Mentoring Award is Brooke Cartridge. The Staff Mentoring Award recognizes a staff member who exemplifies the college's commitment to providing mentoring as an administrative support to the College of Education and Human Development staff. The mentor is a role model and resource for guidance towards successful outcomes for the CEHD and the mentees' professional growth. The Staff Awards Selection Committee evaluated nominations on the degree to which nominees met or exceeded some of the criteria below, including a demonstrated commitment to supporting the intellectual, creative, and professional growth of mentees, evidence of sustained involvement in professional mentoring relationships, and serving as a senior partner in a series of mentoring activities. The staff member who has been selected to receive this recognition is Ms. Brooke Cartridge. Brooke is an administrative specialist in the Department of Learning Sciences and has been in this role for 3 years. She earned her bachelor's degree from Georgia State University in political science, pre-law. In her role in the Department of Learning Sciences, Brooke manages key administrative operations, including hiring processes, employment transactions, and supporting federal work-study students. And she collaborates with faculty and university leadership to ensure efficient operations while maintaining compliance with institutional policies. Brooke has consistently demonstrated an exceptional commitment to mentoring student assistants and federal work-study students within her department. Brooke not only teaches students the technical aspects of their roles, but also focuses on cultivating essential soft skills such as communication, time management, and problem solving. According to the nomination, I have watched Brooke work with graduate students and undergraduate students, and I'm always amazed by the consistent joy she presents to them as she guides them, teaches them, advises them, and supports them. She is a friend to all, and through her patient guidance, often teaches students the skills that will stay with them long after they leave the Department of Learning Sciences. They're very fortunate to have Brooke as a mentor in their lives. Brooke is known in her department and among her colleagues as someone who is empathetic, caring, proactive in the mentoring that she provides, and she exemplifies the true spirit of this award. It is my pleasure to present the CEHD Staff Mentoring Award to Ms. Brooke Cartridge.
Good afternoon, everyone. That was good. That was good. Okay. I first want to start off by thanking the College of Education and Human Development for honoring me today with this award, and also for cultivating an environment that promotes the growth of not only their students, but their faculty and staff, so thank you. I also want to do a special thank you to Ruth Ebenezer Cook for nominating me for this award, and also acting as my own mentor during my time in the Learning Science Department. The grace you've always shown me means the world. I also want to take the time to thank my family for keeping me grounded, for instilling in me to always follow my discernment, to walk with grace and kindness, and reminding me that no matter what circumstances are put against me, I will come out unscathed, or maybe a little scathed, but it's fine. All of those things have worked as the underpin to what I try to instill in my student assistants. I graduated from GSU in 2021, earning my degree in political science. I am not a lawyer. That's fine. During my journey in finding myself, I returned back to GSU in 2023, starting my new role as an administrative specialist for the Learning Science Department. That was the same semester I started my MPA program, which I'm graduating for this May. Woo! Thank you. One of my favorite responsibilities of my job has been supervising my federal work study students and also, of course, assisting our graduate research assistants. In terms for my federal work study students, for many that just entails scowling when they come walking in late, but for me, I wanted to take my role a step further. In mentoring the students, I have been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to witness their growth, support their journeys, and to learn just as much from them as they have from me. So I extend my thanks to them, and I share this award with them because I wouldn't have it without them, literally. Everyone here knows how universities work. Students come, they learn, they graduate, and they leave. My hope is just that when they leave, they keep a little piece of me with them wherever they go. So thank you.
The final award I get to present today is the College of Education and Human Development Rising Star Early Career Staff Award. And the recipient of this year's award is Ivan Vassell. The Rising Star Early Career Staff Award is given to a staff member who demonstrates a record of excellence, impact, and professional service in the college within 2 to 5 years of working here. The awardee demonstrates a clear record indicating a strong potential for continuing to make positive contributions to the college. The Rising Star Award Selection Committee evaluates the nominations on the degree to which nominees meet or exceed criteria that includes being a self-starter, teamwork, adaptability, and relationships. The staff member who has been selected to receive this recognition is Mr. Ivan Vassell. Ivan is an administrative coordinator for the College of Education and Human Development Public Relations Unit. Ivan holds a Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Sequential Arts from the Savannah College of Art and Design and a Master of Arts in African American and Black Studies from Georgia State University. He has been a member of the PR unit since 2023. In the numerous, and I say numerous, letters of recognition of nomination, Ivan has been described as reliable, steady, adaptable, welcoming, and highly capable. And those are just a few of the adjectives that were used by nominators, and I agree with them all. His impact has been captured through the meticulous care he takes in supporting the execution of college events, to creating materials and tools, assembling last-minute swag requests, and seamlessly solving problems before anyone even knew the problem existed. In addition to his outstanding and incredibly valuable contributions to the PR unit, Ivan has also shared his artistic gifts with faculty and students. For example, for the past couple of years, Ivan has shared his expertise and experience as an artist for the EDLA 7150 Children's and Adolescents Literature course. In this capacity, he guided students in comic book creation, which is an assignment in this class. Dr. Ewa McGrail, the instructor and one nominator, cites the amount of time they spent pre-planning for the class, with Ivan curating samples from his own work and the works of other artists to provide as examples for the students in the class and to consider ways to explain ideas that use student-friendly language. Ivan has also offered his gifts to the College of Education and Human Development community during events like Welcome Week, when he provided homemade lunches for the staff members who volunteered during those activities. According to one of the nominators, this was a gesture that shows how much Ivan values everyone's contributions. In regards to teamwork, another nominator shared, Ivan brings good vibes, respect for everyone's background, and a genuine spirit of collaboration. Ivan consistently demonstrates and prioritizes the importance of maintaining good relationships with all stakeholders across the college and the university, as well as contributing quality products and outcomes to his team. It is for these and many other reasons that it's my pleasure to present the Rising Star Staff Award to Mr. Ivan Vassell.
I have an immense amount of people to thank, but I'll try to keep it succinct. Firstly, I want to thank everyone in this room and everyone in the College of Education and Human Development. It means a lot to me to work here and to be receiving your feedback, which dictates how I move forward, which I appreciate. I'd like to thank the PR unit. I'd like to thank Angela Turk, Claire Miller, Hillary Meister. I'd like to thank Zena Young. I'd like to thank all of us who are behind the scenes during events and day-to-day activities. And I appreciate them for allowing me to join the team and to learn from them and to learn from everyone in the building. I'm very thankful for that. I'd like to thank my parents, who are both teachers, and I'm thankful for their example in being able to be aligned with an institution that continues education and what they're all about. And so that aligns with who I am and how I was raised, which I am thankful for. I'd like to thank my sister, my roommate. She works across the street at Auburn Avenue Library. We both found out we would be working in this area at a similar time. And so hopefully she's able to take a step out to come across the street, but I appreciate her and us working together to stabilize our household as siblings, and being a part of CEHD is a huge part of that. My first experience with CEHD was back in 2004. I was 14 years old, and I was a student in the program Habesha, and there was Kashawn Myers, Dr. Miles Irving, Siobhan Myers, different people who worked with us as teenagers, who had us meet with folks like Dr. Hilliard, who was here on campus. We were in room 150. We were at Apex Museum. We were at Auburn Avenue Library, and that was my first introduction to the college. And so it's a very full circle moment to be standing here in my 30s from being back in the early 2000s with folks who were running programming. And that means a lot to me. You all mean a lot to me, and the day-to-day activities and practices and emails and learning to match faces with who's who and stuff like that. I value being able to learn from everyone, and it's truly made me a stronger person, and I look forward to continuing that. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Katharina Chang, and I'm the Director of International Programs for the college. It is truly a pleasure to recognize this year's recipient of the Innovation in International Education Faculty Award, an honor that celebrates a faculty member whose work expands global engagement and creates meaningful international learning opportunities for our students. This year, we are proud to honor Dr. Ruchi Bhatnagar. It is a pleasure to recognize Dr. Ruchi Bhatnagar for her exceptional innovation and leadership in international education. Dr. Bhatnagar is a clinical associate professor in the College of Education and Human Development and has demonstrated a deep and sustained commitment to expanding global learning opportunities for Georgia State students. Her work reflects the very spirit of this award. She helped to launch Georgia State's first study abroad program created specifically for our first-year students, an innovative milestone that gave students the opportunity to learn through cultural immersion in Brazil and Costa Rica, while ensuring affordability remained a priority. For many students, this was their first time traveling internationally and their first opportunity to experience learning beyond the traditional classroom. The impact of these experiences can already be seen in the student success. Following the program, students reported feeling more empowered, more engaged in their education, and more motivated to pursue ambitious academic and career goals. Several students applied to the Honors College, while others explored new majors that better aligned with their passions and future aspirations. In addition, Dr. Bhatnagar had built meaningful international partnerships through virtual exchanges, collaborations with Hong Kong Baptist University and the Catholic University of Valencia, embedding global learning directly into her courses and reaching nearly 100 Georgia State students across multiple semesters. Her scholarship and presentation in virtual exchange have further contributed to the broader field of international education. What makes her work especially meaningful is that it is rooted not only in innovation, but in opportunity. She creates spaces where students grow in confidence, curiosity, empathy, and purpose, qualities that will serve them long after graduation. Her impact extends even further through grant-supported work with the American Association of Colleges and Universities, where she and her colleagues are helping develop global resources and mentor other universities in virtual exchanges. She has also shared her expertise through invited presentations, study abroad fairs, and services that advance international engagement across and beyond Georgia State. Her work is thoughtful, innovative, and deeply student-centered. She exemplifies how international education can help broaden perspectives, build meaningful connections, and create transformative learning experiences. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Ruchi Bhatnagar, recipient of this year's Innovation and International Education Faculty Award.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm extremely grateful to be receiving the Innovation in International Education Award. Truly grateful for the recognition. And I couldn't have accomplished this without the continued support of our Dean, our department chair, and other esteemed colleagues at the CEHD who have done this work before, Yali Zhao in particular, and colleagues at the Office of International Initiative who helped expand my thinking, helped develop new connections and new partnerships globally for GSU. So truly grateful for all of that support that came my way. And also a big thank you to my family, my husband and my daughter and my son who's not here, but their love and support also kept me going. So at the College of Education, in the Department of Early Childhood Education and Elementary Education, and also at GSU, we are big about celebrating cultures and communities, and that's what I did. I strive to be transformative. I bring my own multicultural identity to my courses, to my conversations, and the experiences that I offer to my students. So authenticity is at the center of all of these experiences, and that's what students got from it. From all the immersive experiences through study abroad and virtual exchange, students truly develop these meaningful connections with people across the globe in various locations like Hong Kong, Brazil, Spain, and Costa Rica, and soon to come, Morocco. So all of these, I saw this development of critical thought, deep connection with another culture that they had barely known anything about before they went into this experience, and came away feeling that these new perspectives that they had gained were so valuable. They felt joy in learning about new cultures. And more importantly, they mentioned that these experiences were truly enriching for their personal growth and for their educational journeys. So again, embedding these international educational opportunities in my courses was really gratifying for me as an educator. It showed me the power of education, that it can help build bridges. It can foster empathy and celebrate our shared humanity across the globe. So I will continue to do this impactful work alongside you all. Thank you so much. Gracias, obrigada, and shukriya.
Well, I certainly hope you were impressed. It is our pleasure every year to lift up and demonstrate to the world the best of Georgia State University. And when you look at, for instance, the faculty who you have met today, and more important than the words that we read, the words they said themselves, you understand why the national profile of Georgia State University is what it is. So well respected. And it's respected because of the brilliant teaching exemplified by the folks up here today. The absolutely important translational research that is done, and the grounding that comes from the community engagement from the people like you saw up here today. The other half of this is that we would all come to a grounding halt if it weren't for the staff that come to work every day and help every student and every faculty member. What is amazing when they come up and speak and explain to you what they do, the range of things that they do that help us, sometimes we don't even know when we're being helped. So it's absolutely essential that we display for ourselves, for them, and for the whole community the support that our staff brings us. I want to take this opportunity, even though I'm not supposed to call out 4 names. I've been the dean for 14 years, and I cannot, yeah, I know. And I cannot remember appropriate times when we have thanked the people who, on a daily basis, are the translators of you to the university or to the university system of Georgia. And so Chris Vargas, Laura May, Dave Patterson, and Carla Tangway. The only thing, yes. This is a huge operation, guys. This is 160 of us who all expect to be pampered every day. 170 staff who we sometimes don't even say hello to in the mornings. And 3,000 students. And somebody has to be the conduit of all of us to the people above us who don't have the first clue as to what you do on a daily basis. And that's what our 4 associate deans are for. And I, on an everyday basis, even though they don't hear it from me all the time, so do appreciate what they do for me and for all of you. Yeah, oh. One last group of people that I say thank you to all the time, and Shay, I should include you in this because you're here all the time too. I cannot tell you how many times I'm with other deans and they have walked past the hallways when we're having events. And they say to me, how in the world do you guys, well, we can't afford it, but how does your staff make it look like you can afford really big deal events? And the answers are very easy. It's very easy. It is indeed Zena Young, Claire Miller, Ivan Vassell, and Lord knows above all those names, Angela Turk. So can we all thank them for what they do? I just had this awful feeling I may have forgotten somebody, but I don't think so, Angela. All right, so once again, thank you all for coming. Thank all these recipients of awards for all that you do for us every day. And now please join us outside for some refreshments and chat. Thank you all.